Hey guys, it was good. Triple J Boxing here. So Gervonta Tank Davis has sorry, that's my dog sneezing in the back. I don't know if you can hear that. Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, yeah, so Gervonta Tank Davis has started training camp. So I don't think it's been official yet that he'd be fighting Frank Martin, but it's pretty much like that's the talk of the town. It's pretty much almost official. But yeah, so if it is, let's just say it's Frank Martin. That's a good fight. Like Frank Martin is a solid guy, and he's undefeated. He's in his prime. He is 18-0, 12 KOs, only 29. So he's in his prime, guys. The Ghost, he goes by. Robert Guerrero went by the same nickname, but I think this guy is way more skilled than Robert Guerrero. Not taking anything away from Robert Guerrero. He's a tough fighter, a good fighter. But this guy, Frank Martin, he's an all-round fighter. And, but yeah, so Tank has started training for Frank Martin. Even though it's not official, guys, like I said, it's pretty much official. This is a good fight. And I gotta say, like, Gervonta Davis, he always got a lot of, like, hate for, like, criticism for not fighting certain guys. But when you actually look at the opponents he's facing, like, now that we're into the future, when you actually look back at his opponents that we were criticizing him for fighting, like Mario Barrios, Isaac Cruz, like these guys were undefeated at the time or only had one loss. And they turned out to be like solid guys. Like look at Mario Barrios. He just became, I think, champ, right? He just beat Ugas. I think that was for a belt, wasn't it? Or I think it was. I could be wrong, but that's a great win. Isaac Cruz, look what he's doing now. He just destroyed Rolly, destroyed destroyed what's his name? The other Cuban guy. I always mix them up. Rigondeaux and Gamboa. He destroyed Gamboa. Who else did he beat? Other fighters too. Those are the two most prominent names that he destroyed, and other guys really didn't do that. And I know in Gamboa's case he was past his prime, but still. So when you look back at Gervonta Davis's opponents, we would criticize them at the time because really no one knew Mario Barrios that much. No one knew Isaac Cruz that much. But now looking back, these guys were actually solid guys. Whether Tank Davis thought that at the time or not, I don't know. But now they make Tank look a lot better, right? And I know, because a lot of people, they say, oh, he hasn't fought Lomachenko yet. He hasn't fought Shakur Stevenson. Because he hasn't fought the best names around his division. And that is true. He hasn't fought the two best names in the division, let's be honest here. But Tank, I like everything about Tank. His style he's an all-round fighter, guys. He's got power, he's got footwork, strong legs. His left uppercut is just a beautiful thing to watch. His counter-punching left uppercut is just... The only problem I have with Tank, really, is the fact that he made Ryan Garcia go into the ring severely dehydrated. Like, Ryan Garcia saying he was having night sweats. Like, he felt like... and I know, like, he signed the contract, but still, like... I feel like Tank didn't have to handicap Ryan Garcia. Like, and Mayweather did the same shit. Like, and people always have that excuse. Oh, he still would have won anyway, even if he didn't make him wear these gloves. Oh, he still would have won anyway if whatever stipulation he put on his opponent Mayweather. And in this case, Gervonta Davis putting the rehydration clause where Garcia couldn't fully hydrate to a healthy, comfortable weight. And it was at a catch weight too, right? It was at it wasn't. I thought it was at a catch weight. I guess not. It was that one. Actually, no, it might have been 136. So it might have been. I think. Yeah, because Garcia was starting to outgrow the division, I think. But I think it was, yeah, it was more just the rehydration was the problem. And I don't, yeah, like, why do you do that if you're confident in yourself? And, like, maybe he still would have won, right? Even if he didn't have that. Like, some people will say he still would have won. But why do you give people now an excuse to hate on you for putting that rehydration clause? Because that's a coward move. But other than that, like, everything else, he's such an all-around fighter, great power, amazing skill, everything about Gervonta Davis. He's a great fighter. And it's for his I would say his only problem really is the fact that he's only 5'5". That's his only disadvantage really that he has. Everything else, he's an all-around fighter. And like I said, the only problem I have was doing the rehydration clause against Ryan Garcia. Other than that, and yes, you could say he hasn't fought Shakur yet. He hasn't fought Loma. And I do agree with he should have fought Loma. Shakur Stevenson, I don't know. He's still kind of, at the time, like who knows if Shakur Stevenson wants to take that risk. He says he does, but who really knows? I know Lomachenko will take that risk, though. But so I feel like that fight should have happened. Maybe I feel like that would be more on Tank why the Loma fight didn't happen. Because Loma fights everybody, you know what I mean? But for Shakur, yeah, maybe he thought it was too early for him to step up. Because if he got knocked out by Tank, it would be pretty much it for him, right? Not it, but it would be severely bad for Shakur's career. Whereas Loma, he's already established, and he's not afraid to fight anybody, that guy. And he's in the twilight of his career, so it wouldn't be as damaging, right? Even if it happened a couple years ago, he was already pretty established. So, yeah, so other than that, yeah, like, let's get to the fight, though. So, Gervonta Davis, he's training now. He pretty much, he hasn't posted much, but he posted some pictures today on Instagram of his training, hitting the bag and stuff, strength training, with his trainer, and who is it? Kelvin Ford, is that his name? So, and one thing that stuck out to me, guys, I thought to myself, like, wow, like, when's the last time we've seen Gervonta Davis fight? I'm thinking to myself, like, how long has it been? Because did I miss a fight or something? Because like I remember him, like, his last fight was Ryan Garcia. I'm like, that can't be right, though. Did I miss a fight? Did he fight after some nobody that we didn't know about? And actually, he didn't. Like, his last fight was last April. It's been a year. Ryan Garcia was his last opponent. So that could be a problem. Like it's a problem for anybody, ring rust. Obviously, for Gervonta Davis, he can overcome that because he's so skillful. But still, you're fighting a guy in Frank Martin. And that could be a problem. So, going into this fight, guys, BoxRec got Frank Martin number 4 in the division, which I would say it's pretty fair. Sometimes their rankings are kind of fucked up, but in this case, I do agree with the list. I feel like, well, actually, I would put Lomachenko above Shakur Stevenson, but because I thought he'd beat Devin Haney, but anyway, the top 4 reads as Gervonta Davis, Shakur, Lomachenko, and Frank Martin. So Frank Martin, he's no slouch. He's in his prime. He's 5'8", 69-inch reach. Good KO power, 12 KOs out of 18 wins. And not only that, guys, like, that's just on paper. If you've seen this guy fight, he is very skillful. He actually has the same type of skills that Gervonta Davis has. Like, he's an all-round fighter as like a Gervonta Davis. I would say I would give the edge to power, obviously, for Gervonta Davis. And his counter left uppercut is just like nobody's in the game. Like, Tank has the best at that. But I feel like Frank Martin, he's a strong fighter. He's got strong legs. He moves well. His straight left is beautiful. His 1-2 is good. His straight left right hook is beautiful as well. Like, he does things that Gervonta Davis does. He does things that Lomachenko does because they're all southpaws, right? he moves well. He's just an all around fighter. Like when you watch him, you can tell he's a very skillful fighter. And this is a very dangerous fight for Tank. Not in the sense, I don't think he would knock out Tank, but I definitely think he could buzz Tank, right? And I think he could win a decision against Tank, put enough damage on him. He throws enough punches. Very good combination punching as well. He's the total package, guys, if I had to say. Ryan Garcia even said, and others think that don't be surprised if he beats Tank Davis, which if I was gonna bet on a fight, and if I had to pick anyone, he would be up there to beat Tank Davis, to be honest. After seeing him fight, obviously his resume is not as good as Tank's, let's be honest here. He has faced a lot of guys that have good records, but we have no clue who they are, really. If you're not you would have to be a hardcore to really know some of these guys, a real hardcore. Like Ryan Kalzwacki. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. Jerry Perez. Like, these guys have good records. 30-5, 13-0. Romero Duno, 24-2. Jackson Martinez. Like, these guys had good records, but when you actually click on them, these guys have fought nobody. You know what I mean? So they all got padded records. So these guys, even though they had good records, he had Artem Haratayan. I'm saying his name probably right. He was 12-0. That was his last fight he had. And, yeah, sure, that guy, he's a solid guy from Germany. But other than, I would say his best win would probably be Mikel Rivera. Go watch that fight, guys. Rivera was a very good fighter as well, very skillful, and he outclassed him. That's probably, though, his best win is Mikel Rivera, and he put on a lot of skills in that fight. But yeah, guys, when it comes to Gervonta Davis, he's gonna have to obviously step up his game. He has to be at his best, because if it goes to decision, I would say Frank Martin's gonna win this fight, unless he gets dropped quite a bit. But other than that, I would favor Frank Martin by decision. But who do I favor to win the fight? I would have to pick Tank by knockout. Like, would be my prediction, Frank by knockout. But if it goes decision, I would favor Frank Martin. So, yeah, guys, go check out Frank Martin. He's very skilled. We'll see how it goes, though, guys. We'll see how the fight. We'll see if it's not officially announced yet, but this is very interesting, guys. Just because the skill set of Frank Martin, I don't think we've ever seen a guy as skilled as the complete package. Like, I know Ryan Garcia, you could put him, he has attributes that are obviously better than Frank Martin. Like, his power is obviously more in Ryan Garcia's fast twitch left hook, and like he's very explosive with Ryan, with his combinations and with his left hook and his right hand. But I would say Frank Martin, he moves probably the more classical boxing footwork, so it's a different style. But I would say, like, Frank Martin has got to be up there for Tank's most skillful fighter that he's going to face, if just by watching Frank Martin. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. To be honest, I think I missed the Artem Haratayan fight. So I missed that. I'm going to have to go back and watch that one, guys. But from what I seen when he fought Mikel Rivera, like, that was pretty impressive. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this fight. Tank has started training. Frank Martin's training with Ryan Garcia in what do you call it? What's his name's gym? I'm drawing a blank right now. Derek James's gym in Texas. So yeah, guys, I think this is going to be one of Tank's toughest fights, unless he knocks him out quick or something. because like on paper and the eye test, I would say Isaac Cruz, Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia, and Frank Martin. I'd put those guys as probably the best opponents he's faced. Leah Santa Cruz, I don't know, he was doing all right, but then he got knocked out pretty bad. Yorkis Gamboa, he was way past his prime as well at that point. But yeah, I would have to put him in the top. I would put him in the top 4 for sure. For Tank's opponents, you could say he's even the best opponent he's faced. We'll find out, obviously, but just because he's in his prime and he's like just an all-round fighter. But anyway, guys, this is Triple J Boxing. Let me know what you think and take care. Okay, I just wanted to add on to this video. I just watched Frank Martin versus Artem Harutyunyan. I don't know if I'm saying this right. The guy from Germany, Frank Martin's last fight. And I got to say, that guy was actually, he put up a tough fight for Frank. I'm not going to lie. He landed vicious body shots to Frank. Good shot. Just overall, pretty strong fighter. Now that I've seen that, obviously, Frank Martin, he took control at that end of that fight. The last 2 rounds, he really poured it on, got the knockdown. But I got to say, Tank's going to look at that, and he's going to want to target the body. And it looks like I said, Artem looks pretty strong, and maybe that's why he was giving Frank Martin problems, which Tank is a strong fighter as well. He's a tank. So I feel like the strength of Tank, and they're going to watch that and go to the body, that could definitely be a huge advantage for Tank there. And he could break down Frank Martin that way. But we'll see, guys. I don't remember really seeing this fight, but yeah, like I said, I just watched it now, and I was actually, that guy gave him more problems than I thought he would. So anyway, guys, this is Triple J Boxing. Thanks for watching.